welcome back to my channel. I hope this finds you well. This week we're going to have a two-part discussion about the mistakes that are made in a relationship that affect its longevity. So let's get into it. The first mistake that people tend to make, especially when they're in long-term relationships, is assuming that their partner knows how they feel. Now, I know that this has probably happened to you before, but let's just say that you notice that your partner is in a bad mood. Maybe they are giving you stank looks, giving you the cold shoulder. Maybe they're ignoring you or, just snapping at you. Just being passively aggressive. And, you're just kind of wondering, like, what is their problem? Like, what's their deal? But, that you don't want the negativity, so you don't outright or ask them right off the bat what's wrong because you don't really feel like dealing with it. And they're going about the situation the wrong way. I always recommend having open communication. Communication is key in a relationship. It really is. And it will definitely increase the longevity of your relationship if you have it. But back to the point of making that assumption, as two different individuals coming together, you have two different mindsets, you have different views, different beliefs, and different ways of interpreting and processing information. So if you leave it for the other person to try to piece together events of what happened that made you feel or could be the result of what it is that you're feeling, then that is a disservice not only to you because they don't clearly understand what has made you feel the way that you're feeling, but then it's unclear to them. And then they're thinking that you're being unreasonable, which, there might be an element of that in there if you're not communicating clearly. But it just leaves you being misunderstood at the end of the day. So you want to communicate clearly what it is that you want, how it is that you feel, so that you are understood, so that your partner is on the same page, and so that ultimately you're having clear communication. The second mistake that a lot of people make, and is really common, especially among women, is, thinking that you can change someone. People have to have that internal drive to want to change themselves. And it's nothing that you can do or say that's going to prompt them to make those changes before they are ready to. So let's just say that maybe you have a partner who has a habit of cheating and they're doing this early on, and you just feel like, okay, well, I know that if I can show him or her that, I'm a really good woman or I'm a really good man, that they'll want to change their ways. That's not how it works. You have to allow people to be who they are. Even if that's the way they dress, the way they talk, what they like to do, you're obviously going to have some influence over the other person by introducing new things, and they may embrace those new ideas and new habits and things like that, but that's their choice. It's their choice to do that. Whenever you actively try to change someone, even if initially they go along with those changes, ultimately they're going to resent you because you're not allowing them to be who they are. And in most cases, that starts to create resentment towards you for not allowing them to be who they are. So when you are dating, look for what you want. And if the person doesn't have what you want or they're missing some key traits, then you need to move on to somebody else that does have those traits to begin with, so you don't have to worry about trying to change them. The third thing or third mistake that people make is not respecting personal privacy. Now, I think people feel that when you get in a relationship, there is no privacy. Like, like you're a child and your mom has to take the door off of you, take your room door because you're doing something bad, or they may feel like, this is my house, so I can bust in here anytime that I want to. But no, as an adult, you are entitled to your right of privacy. Like, there should be nobody going through your phone. There shouldn't be nobody like following you. At the end of the day, you have to respect each other's personal space. And that's important. And that goes along with trust as well. You know what I mean? If there's no trust, then the relationship isn't going to work. But you have to extend that trust and allow that person to show you, hey, I am worthy of your trust. The final thing I'm going to cover in this episode is smothering or holding on too tight. Now, this is a mistake because, obviously, when you're with somebody, you want to spend time with them. You want to soak up every minute that you can with them. And that's just, because you have that love for them and you care for them. But ultimately, what ends up happening is that if you don't allow that person to have some space, they're going to start to create space within the relationship, or maybe opportunities to get away from you, or to have like a break. You know what I mean? So people need to be able to have time to do the things that they want to do apart from you, and that's just going to make your love stronger. And it's going to make, it's good to have a little miss you moments, so that person can go out and, I don't know, play basketball or go to a sip and paint or whatever it is that you enjoy doing and find fulfilling. And then you can come back with those experiences and talk about it. So allow that person to have some individuation and so just some personal